Yeah, how great is the internet these days? What is up?
I know. Hey, handsome.
Isn't this amazing? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to see you. I wish it was in person.
I know. We got to, you know what? I feel like we're getting somewhere through this, though, right? Don't you feel like we're making some headway?
I guess. I mean, it certainly we're pretending, anyways, that we're making headway.
Look, I've started at least getting Starbucks coffees again, so, right?
No doubt, man. So the wife and I. By the way, thanks for joining the stream here.
Of course.
And we'll talk about the purpose of doing this here in a little bit. But the wife and I, we were watching one of your YouTube concerts probably a month ago that you started doing. How long did it take for you to get the idea like, hey, let's do this, let's do some YouTube concerts, and how long did that take for you to get going?
Immediately. We realized that once we knew we were in a pandemic and that we were going to be off the road for a while, we thought, here's the couple things that went through our minds. We love hanging out together, thing number one. We love playing music together, thing number two, and we love our fans. So we were like, it was a no-brainer to us, and we're all pretty meticulous on staying sharp. We want to make sure that we're practicing every week, that we're getting together, that we're doing, and we had a goal for ourselves to start playing all of our songs. So songs from every album. There were so many songs that people were requesting constantly that we really never even played live. So this live stream concert series, so we've done 17 so far.
Wow.
Yep. 17 concerts. We've done really, really well on them. Mostly all the income that comes in off of them, I give to the band. And it really taught us just how to play every song that we've ever had. We could play on the drop of a dime now.
That's awesome. And, you've got a couple fellas that have never, probably never played those songs ever, too, that are learning for the first time.
Exactly. And you know what? It's cool because our confidence levels are through the moon right now, right? It's like we're going to go back on tour, and we upgraded even though it's a pandemic and everybody's, kind of staying a bit hermity, we upgraded our entire live show through this pandemic. So we bought a whole, like a board system, lighting, we're ready. The minute 2021 comes, or whenever we're able to come back and do what we do. You want to say hi?
Hi.
She said to roll in. We're going to be better than ever. So it's been good for us. The streams are good. I get to hang out with the guys. We get to play music together for a couple hours, and the fans enjoy it. So for us, it was an absolute no-brainer.
Well, they look great. Is that your practice space, or are you renting out a place just to do that?
So we were doing my garage. My garage is built into like a stage. My garage I have an extra garage, and it's got a board in there. It's got everything, whole setup, practice setup. So we were there, but the neighbor kept calling the cops on us because we were rocking out too hard. So SIR Las Vegas offered us a space, and they pretty much offered us a space on pennies on the dollar,
Yeah.
and said that we can move in there, but we bring a full crew in there. I bring a video director in there who does the camera. I bring in our sound guy. I have the guys. So it was important for me to just keep everyone working, keep everyone that works for me working. And the streams did a great job with really bringing in some extra income for my whole team.
That's awesome. And I mean, you handle all the business stuff and the business side of the band, obviously. So, you feel obligated to do that. And that's awesome that you do those things. And has it changed, or not just changed, but maybe you've learned something about your fans that'll make a difference when you go out and play live this next time, when you finally get on the real stage in front of people?
Well, I learned a couple things. I learned that there was a lot of people that haven't seen us live, and now doing these live streams, people are like, I've been following you for years. I've never gone to a concert, but after seeing these streams, I'm definitely going to go. So we actually learned that there's tons of people who post on every comment we make. They listen to every song we've ever had. They're like diehard fans. But through this quarantine, we found out that some of these people have never seen us live once. they're like, we just listened to you. We've never seen you. So doing the streams, I think gave us an opportunity to show everyone what we're capable of on a live platform. And I think the playing field's quite leveled too, because if bands are putting on these kind of performances, like we're all in a similar like lighting. There's no fire behind you now.
Right.
There's no raindrops falling through the middle of the stage and holograms and stuff. So it's just raw performance, energy, and love. A lot of love and passion for what we do. So I think the live streams have elevated us and shown some people who maybe have never seen us live, how good we could be live.
That's fantastic. And now this is a question where it's not a judgment question. It's just a question. Do you anticipate ever releasing another full album?
We have one coming in August.
Okay, so you are going to go the full album route because you've so strategically dropped the songs on a regular basis, the new songs, and you have so embraced the world out there as far as avenues for music to get played. And so just watching you hype up the fans when you drop a song like Shine On that you did here recently.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting process. So I didn't know for sure if you were going to be doing the whole album release or if you were going to go into the full on just single here and there.
Well, look, fans still love albums. They love your music. Every song doesn't have to be a hit. You got to put your emotions on a recording, and it's not every time your emotions don't line up with being 4 minutes long or whatever it may be. It just doesn't. People still want albums, right? People don't want every song to be, necessarily created to be a hit record, right? Sometimes you got to go in the studio. A lot of times we just go into the studio and make what we love. We get in there, we have fun together, we enjoy the process, we laugh, we make sure we love what we're doing. That's number one. And then you connect with the fans. So we're going to give 14 songs. There's going to be 3 or 4 songs that are going to be like kind of cool behind the scenes. Like we're doing a Last Stand acoustic live version, Bad Reputation acoustic live version. We're just releasing a couple of like cool content tracks, and then there'll be about 10 new songs.
That's awesome. Now, are these songs that you've already written, or have you spent some time writing them during the pandemic? Because that would make for some interesting songs, I would think.
I wrote almost all of them before the pandemic. I mean, I wrote all of them before the pandemic, and then during the pandemic, we had some downtime. Obviously, we were off for 70 days, pretty much in our homes, right? So I started writing pretty much another record right away, and I've got some songs. Yeah, I wrote pretty much a 10 song new song album. And we got a lot of big plans in the UK too. And the UK was asking us for a record. I guess our numbers in Germany and the UK this year have really, really spiked up significantly. So we're gearing up to do a lot more overseas in the long-term future, right? I mean, we're here for the long haul. So they were asking for a full-length album as well as far as the promotional purposes. So it made a lot of sense for us to do a full-length record. And it made a lot of sense for us to do it just because we were kind of in a groove as well. But I'm already about 4 songs into the follow-up.
Wow. We can't wait to hear. So when are you going to drop this latest album then? When is that? When can we expect?
August 12th.
All right. That's super close to my birthday, bro.
Oh, birthday bash. You know how I roll. If we're on the road, we've been out your way, at that time of year quite often. So hopefully we can get back out and this gets behind us, this whole quarantining and not playing live music. I'm hoping that it gets sorted out sooner than later.
People are hungry for live music. There's no doubt about that.
We're going to give it to them.
Yeah, I know you will. So I'm doing this stream here because trying to raise awareness and money for the Alzheimer's Association. And it wasn't a prerequisite necessarily, but it would just be interesting to find out maybe some of our favorite artists that have some connection to Alzheimer's. And we just chatted a little bit on text, but your grandmother had Alzheimer's?
So my mom's mom, and I got to spend quite a bit of time with her before her passing. And, I went and visited her often. And, you don't want to, you try in this life to not have any regrets, right? I mean, that's one of the things you learn from people who've been through things you haven't. And one of the things that people always told me was, appreciate your grandparents. They're not going to be around forever. So I lost my grandmother and my grandfather right around the same time, my mom's parents. And my grandmother, her memory loss was pretty severe. I mean, at one point, her brain thought that she was a teenager again. And it was pretty crazy to see, because my mom had to tell her, well, how old are you, Mom? And she'd be like, well, I'm 17, and my mom will be like, well, if you're 17, like, how am I your daughter? And I'm in my 50s. And my grandma would be like, oh, shut up. Like, she would get almost frustrated. But
yeah,
I remember her absolutely acting like different ages all the time. When I would go over there, she would be like, oh, like, she would talk about music. She'd be like, oh, the Beatles live, nothing like it, wow, and she would just have these conversations with us where I could almost tell what year she was in. It was like, right? I mean,
yeah.
And then my mom would always say to her, Mom, how old are you? And she would go, 31, like, so I didn't know. I didn't look at it as a bad thing, right? I looked at it as a bad thing because her memory was absolutely deteriorating, right? You look at it as a sad thing, but to be able to go through that timeline in your mind and all the storage in your mind and be able to almost go into each age that you were and go back and just be fond of your memories, I thought it was a pretty beautiful thing to see her do that. She was really reflecting, it almost seemed, on life, but she almost was. Well, she definitely believed that she was the age that she was reflecting on. And she would have to snap out of it, which my mom would always kind of be the reason. My mom almost had to be well, how are you that old if I'm this old,
Yeah. The party crasher almost.
My mom was the party crasher, yeah.
You talk about music. I mean, that's something that they've been finding through research that is really important to folks with dementia and Alzheimer's is music. So, there are times when my grandmother passed and my mom passed from Alzheimer's. And so I get worried on occasion because, listen, I've had a chance to live in a really amazing life and get to meet a lot of amazing people like you and be friends. And it really sucked to lose some of that. But, if I hear maybe dog on a leash or criticize if I'm past that point, then I know it's going to snap me back to that time. I hope so. But it's one of those tough things, and money is the root of the research. So that's what we're doing here today, trying to raise that money. It's
just a fantastic cause, and again, any way I can help her be a part of it, it was a for sure yes to me. And you have one of the biggest hearts of anyone I've ever seen, and it's just great that you're doing this and raising awareness for this. And I'm happy to be a part of it. And I agree. It's music is just absolutely healing in so many ways, and it's like I've always said it's like a life timeline. You can go back and listen to songs and feel what it was like to be 17 again, or feel what it was like to be 25 again, and the music is a big part of that. So I think that it's going to be definitely like what you said. We're going to be able to listen to these songs, and it's going to bring us back to a time, because we've had a lot of good times together, and a lot of those songs we're out during those times. So it's going to bring us back to the good old days, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've been kind of trying to bring up concert memories from different shows, because we haven't been able to have a chance to go to a show here lately. So just playing a concert in my mind, and Adelita's Way is always going to be up there with one of the best, man.
I appreciate that, love. And you know what? I'll do it anytime, any place, anywhere. You let me know when the next one is. I'll be there.
All right. Well, we'll see you around here pretty soon. So my family, gives much love to your family. So you guys stay safe, okay?
Please send my love to everyone. I can't wait to see you all again soon. And let me know where I can donate, too, for this.
Okay, totally, man. It's I'll put a link in everything. And I will say this before I leave, that I made a valiant effort to throw down some money to your PayPal during one of the YouTube shows, and it wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, it was the thought that counts, and we're doing good. I appreciate it.
I'm still gonna find a way to get some to you, brother.
Oh, I appreciate that always.
All right, thanks. We'll say hi to everybody, and love you, man.
I will. Love you too. I'll see you soon.
All right, brother.
I'll see you, my friend.